Not really. I can spin it. We got a camera pointing back there, and I was going to point this one. I ain't opposed to going back and getting the third camera and pointing it right up through there. But we got, that last day, burn everything up. I don't give a shit. You know? We'll go back and get it, Tim. I got another tripod to set up. Well, there's a hole there. There's a hole here. Oh, Jen. Any thoughts?
Grass is pretty high. Weird.
We can hide it right in here and point, and I can catch that whole thing.
Okay. Stick it above the grass here. Want me to run a puller up that way and just try to knock down what I can for you?
No, that's.
Or just leave it like, I think we leave it pristine. Maybe they think, hey, they ain't been here.
So that leaves us with three viewpoints. Camcorder 1, which is on the back of the pond. Camcorder 2, which is aimed through the hole of the pond to the far side into that valley. And Camcorder 3, which is shooting across, for lack of a better word, the pond's dam. And we're looking up into the hillside, into these holes and these spots here. But the camcorder is all kind of hidden in the grass. Now, Camcorder 3, the audio, the video, and all that, I have been through. Camcorder 2, I've been through probably a little bit more than half of both the audio and the video. And Camcorder 1, I've really only gotten through about a quarter of the video and the audio. As of right now, though, I have just kind of gleaned through the videos. Haven't really seen anything that stood out, but if anything comes up, I'll let you know later on. But we need to go back to Camcorder 3. So in file 9 from Camcorder 3, in about 27 minutes and 35 seconds in, there's going to be some movement with a growl. And this happens somewhere around the 2:53 p.m. time frame. And in order to pull that out and take a look at it, we're going to switch to Audio Lab. Get to 2720 for start. Close enough. And I'm just going to grab a full 1 minute of it. So 28:19. Okay. And I'll play the original. Yep. So I'm going to trim it down a little bit. And then I am going to filter out the frequencies. Let you hear it again. Okay, so a little bit of sound right there is what I'm after. Yeah, trim that out now. And it's this chunk of audio right here that I'm hearing. Add some volume to that. So I'm not exactly certain what that is. It could be a snort from a deer coming up from the back or whatever, and I mean that's certainly a possibility. But with the other camera being so close, I thought, well, I'll just go to that approximate time hack at 2:53 and compare. And what I found was our first video oddity. And heavily on the word first because there's going to be more, that the file that I needed, which would have been number 6 from camcorder 2, wasn't on my phone. It's not on my Google Drive. And it's been a while since I went through all that, so I'm not sure where it's at. Memory says I think it was corrupted, and so it didn't go to either one, which I find that odd because a couple, usually if you have a video card go corrupted, you're going to have the entire card go corrupted, not a particular file. So number 6, camera 2 was corrupted. And what we will see later on when we go to take Jen out to her vehicle, the Tacticam had 2 files that were corrupted. So it's about 3:40 in the afternoon, 3:42. And all that I'm doing is I'm going to go out and I'm going to change batteries in the camcorders. I'm going to put up a trail camera, and I'm going to go up to the top of the tow and change out the batteries in it. Now, as I'm pulling up to the 2 camcorders on the pond on this side, I'm going to see something that looks like a head or something's moving down through the woods. And as I went back and explained to the group, now I wasn't sure if I was experiencing that thing where I'm moving, there's something in between me and the background, that like a stick or whatever, that's not moving, but appears to be moving with the background. And that's called parallax. And I'll quickly get the definition of that up. And parallax is the observed displacement of an object caused by the change of the observer's viewpoint or point of view. So that's a real thing. Because I'm moving, it's making something that's not moving look like it's moving in the background. So not knowing for sure, knowing about where it happened, I start going back through the footage from the helmet cam, thinking that, it might have caught something. And again, I'm talking about in that area there, although I kind of wonder if maybe I was looking farther back. And so I started doing slowdowns. I'm trying to see if the camera saw what I saw, get some validation. Did I actually see it? And was it a parallax issue? And so I keep going back through the video, trying to find it. And I'm starting to note some pixelation issues on the sides and whatnot. But then I really starting to spot something that's going on down in this area, up in that area, whatever. To the point where, okay, it looks like a head pops out from around that tree. And, I was pretty excited at the time. Keep in mind, this was one of the captures that I got to go through first. I still had a ton of captures to go through, but being excited about this and whatnot, I told the people that was with me, hey, check this out. Looks like there's possibly something there, but fortunately, because you got all this movement. Fortunately, I have that static cam that's pointed in that area. That's going to kind of say whether or not there is actually something there. So once again, still looking in the video. And then before I got to, because I've been very busy, I started noticing some other things going on in the video. namely what looks like movement here and a pop-up over there. But I started to become suspicious because I'm seeing all this pixelation movement going on. And while that might look like a figure going down, in the back of my mind, I'm also thinking something seems wrong, especially with that pixelation. And like I said, this is to the left. This is over here at the same time that I'm seeing that. So it'd be some time before I'd get the video downloaded to check. I know you saw some red circles there. That's for something else at a little later date. And so I grabbed the footage from the static cam. Now you'll hear the four-wheeler coming in at the end. I'll zoom in. And then as I'm grabbing a hold of the camera, you'll see the camera jostle just before it shuts off because I'm changing the battery. Turn the sound on. I better hold off there for a second. I need to turn the sound down. I said I've been wearing the Tacticam. Tacticam doesn't have the best audio recording. It's designed to be shot underneath, a shotgun or something like that. Excuse me. It's designed to film under a shotgun, or a bow or something of that nature. So the microphone on it, the gain on it's down way low. And when I switch over to the camcorders, the gain on the camcorders is much higher. So I'm trying to hopefully be successful in keeping the audio at a standard level. I pretty much have to do it manually. I haven't mastered normalizing audio yet. And so I'm going to play this here. We'll turn on the sound. There I am in the four-wheeler coming. You want to watch here. You want to watch here. And you probably noticed there was no movement. So I kind of wandered through around a little bit that, the Tacticam that's on my helmet that I'm using is much newer than this camcorder. The Tacticam is filming in 4K, 30 frames per second. And I wasn't too sure what the camcorder was recording in. I knew it was 1080p. So I had to go look it up. And I thought, well, maybe this is filming at lower speeds. Maybe there's some issue there, something going on. Yeah, the camcorder was filming in 1080p, 60 frames per second. So, what's going on here? What is causing the discrepancy between the cameras? And, the only answer I came up with is interpolation, which I have touched on before. And as it turns out, that interpolation process, the camera programming process, it kicks in all the time on digital recordings. So when you zoom in, if you take a crop or whatever, your interpolation process is going to kick in on the video or the photograph. Add any highlights, it's going to change, interpolations, guessing at what pixel colors are supposed to be in there. And it turns out that, if you just take so much as a photo, crop a little bit of it, and change, X, Y, Z or whatever, that process is going to play with the pixels, and you're never going to know about it. Come to the belief that, what I'm looking at here in the Tactacam is a result of interpolation. I wanted to reach out and make sure. And to do so, I reached out to Matt Larson, who is a full-time video journalist who took the footage from the camcorder and double-checked it for me. So Matt's got the tools. He knows how to bring colors up, how to make things pop, and he went right in there and took a good look at it. And looking for any signs of movement, anything that could be going on. Much better equipment than and knowledge base than what I have on this. And he studied it several times, and he put it in video format. He used the I can't think of the terminology for it now. Looking for any signs of movement in there. And so, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to say it, we had an answer. Or at least, I believe that I have an answer. In that, what we're looking at from the Steadicam is true. The programming, the interpolation process of the Tactacam is causing visual issues. And it's not only just the Tactacam, it can also be the zoom in process. This interpolation stuff, it takes place whenever you have, it's kind of snuck in on a lot of material, a lot of equipment now. A lot of equipment is that's not the proper English. A lot of today's equipment use programming over photo sensors. because, if you can take a 5 megapixel photo sensor or less and get it, up to the 36 megapixel rating through programming, you can sell a lot more of the product. That's why it's really big in like trail cameras. So a lot of today's trail cameras rely on that. It's a selling point that it's a 36 megapixel camera, but that's all being done through interpolation. That can be found documented that, by far, in a way, most of today's trail cameras have 5 megapixel or less actual cameras in it, and they use it to as a selling point. And it can cause some errors. Camera is basically, for lack of a better word, guessing what's there. So, yeah, this footage here, the actual static camera footage, shows no movement. The pixelation, the interpolation involved with the other camera has to be pretty much tossed out. And, I have to accept that what I saw coming in was an effect of parallax. So that leads me to a question of, some of the images that are out there. Some people say they're doing pixel manipulation, which, when you think about it and you go back to the historical art form of pointillism, okay, such as this Van Gogh. This Van Gogh is made up of thousands of points of paint that, create the image. And that's an art form. I believe this is called a walk in the park. Just dots of paint. And, I don't know if some of these guys are truly artisan enough to where, they can make some of these images by going in and doing them spots. I think a lot of it is just interpolation. A lot of it is people being unaware of the interpolation process. Yeah, and definitely you're going to have people out there using the AI generated and stuff now, which, they're going to mess around or whatever, play hoaxing. But when you get to, all the fine dots in this painting that, make up all the hues and all the different parts, that is a lot of work. And usually these guys, I don't know, I just don't see them putting in the effort. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.